G'day everyone, welcome back to Pete's Investing. Today is March 27, 2023. This is the Nat Gas price update. First off, just looking at the three timelines. We've got the daily, the 4 hourly and the hourly, and the daily CCI 1500 with the moving average is still in a pretty strong downtrend. The hourly is also broken to the downside, but notice on the 4 hourly there's a bit of an upswing. So that's our divergence, and I'll cover that divergence on the 4 hour chart in a minute. Let's first drill down on the hourly chart. You got to love the market, don't you? Look at this. I drew this diagonal descending trend line and also this lower ascending diagonal trend line, and in that point there, so it's converging in that area there. Plus this blue and this red line. The blue is support and the red is a key resistance area. So if you drill down, if you look at that in more detail, you'll notice. You'll notice it's just really struggling to sort of break out either above or below. So either today or tomorrow at the latest we should see this breakout either above or below this support line. Now if it breaks above, I personally wouldn't be going long or short at this point if you're not in a trade. Or if you're trading this, I'd wait for before going long, I'd wait for it to break above this resistance area, and I'll explain that more in detail in the next couple of in the 4 hour and the 1 hour timeline. But if it breaks below this support line, I want to see it break below this secondary diagonal ascending trend line as well, to be able to go short. So again, we need to see it break outside of this wedge to be more confident about taking trades if you're going to be trading this. We'll go down to the 4 hour chart next. Now this is again causing a bit of a divergence. If you notice that there on the CCI, that's in a bullish divergence, whereas the price chart is showing a negative or a bearish divergence. Now that is our only sign so far, apart from this support line. It's our only sign so far of a potential bounce going long, but again I wouldn't be trading it long yet until we see it break above this key resistance area. I also made an effort to try and show you a potential from that high to that low, a potential bounce where it got to, and it got just below the 23% Fibonacci retracement in that range. But also made an effort to show you this Elliott wave count, so counting from 1, 2 down to the 3 and 4, and the 5 is yet to play out. Now I'm not too confident on that Elliott wave count because typically the wave 4 retraces as much as the 30 to 40% level before then coming back down to a wave 5. Now that's only gone as actually it's broken to the downside again below the 23%, so it's a very weak Elliott wave 4 if you're following the Elliott wave counts. And if you are, then the fifth, and if that's a valid count, then the fifth wave hasn't actually materialized yet, so we're going to see more downside if it breaks below those two support lines. That's on the 4 hour chart. Now if we want to see it break above that resistance to be more confident, and we want to see it break above that 23% level as well on the 4 hour. On the hourly, drilling down more closely, you'll notice I've drawn another Fibonacci retracement. So it's currently in that range there between that high and that low. We need to see it break above that resistance level we drew some time ago, and that coincides with the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement level. So if it breaks above that, that's a good sign that it's going to go further long, most likely. Otherwise, we're going to see it break below this support line and see further downside, and that's showing that potentially now with the CCI continuing its downturn. We haven't seen any reversal on the CCI yet, so most likely we're going to see further downside and break below these support lines. Very, very likely. So again, we follow the CCI primarily and Fibonacci retracements to support some of those activities. We don't use stop losses, we use the average down approach. And to understand how to properly use the average down approach, reference the links in the description below. If you like this the video, subscribe and like the channel. And if you really like this and support us on the Patreon page, links in the description below. Thanks, and we'll see you in the next video.